Hello, you're with Theo for another installment of FTMKingdom, and this week we are going to talk about top surgery. And though we've looked at medical transition as a whole, and we sort of mentioned surgeries that we personally wanted and our opinions on them, I think this is just gonna be like a broad look at top surgery. No, a more specific look at top surgery in itself. And I don't actually think any of us have had top surgery. I'm gonna feel really shit if one of the other guys actually has and I just missed it, which is possible. So I'm sorry if any of you watch this and you have had it and I just offended you. But so I guess it would be good to talk to somebody who has actually had it and then they could say how it went for them. But I don't think we can help that really. Um, but I am close, I think. Um, Basically, the sort of framework of how it happened is on the NHS because I'm not private. I went to my third Charing Cross appointment or whichever gender clinic you're with, and I said I wasn't actually expecting to be referred at all because I've had a lot of confounding issues in my transition, which has sort of halted things a lot, and so I thought that that might be an issue again, and they wouldn't even mention it. I thought they'd say, "Oh, we'll talk about it next time." But that is the usual thing. Usually you have your first one, you get to meet them. This is just London. I know that I think Nottingham requires more of you, and I don't know about the others. But you have your first one, and they just talk to you and get to know you. You have your second one, and they give you testosterone. And the third one, they talk about chest surgery referral. That's if everything goes okay. And that is how it went for me. And so yeah. So they said, which surgeon would you like to look at? And I said, Mr. Yayland. I think it's Mr. Might be Doctor. I'm sorry, I don't understand the titles. I said Mr. Yayland because he is a private surgeon, though he works in NHS costs. So most PCTs will still fund him, and his results are great, especially for like my body type as well, because I know that's a problem. Is it really depends on your body type because if you're bigger like me or I'm like a pear shape and it's got to work basically. So there's no point if you're bigger looking at a guy who only does surgery or a girl who only does surgeries on like little skinny guys because you probably won't get the same results because you've got different shape basically and whatever your size, your chest size is. Luckily, I am quite small cup wise ish, so it's not too much of a problem. But yeah. So then you talk to them about it, and then they will tell your GP to apply for funding to your primary care trust, which my GP is doing at the moment. He said he sent it off, and he will get back to me as soon as he knows. And then after that, I will make an appointment with Dr. Yalen to have a consultation and then book surgery. And I think that it's anything between once you've had funding, I think it's just a matter of a couple of weeks. It just depends. Um, but timeline so far has been since July. Was when I first brought it up. So it's been a few months, but it's closer and closer. So here's hoping. Um, Chest surgery is so important to me. I know it happens to a lot of guys where you get testosterone, so you think, okay, now chest surgery, and I think that's just natural because you're like, okay, I want the next hurdle, but it feels more so for me because my testosterone journey hasn't been all that great, and I'm nearly 9 months on, and basically, I've never been in the male range. My hormones have never been in the male range, and so my changes have been really slow. And though I've got enough to keep me going, it's just so you have no idea how upsetting it is. And so I just want chest surgery because it feels like at the moment I've had this milestone that everybody who wants testosterone, they get it and it's like yay, but for me it's not yay at the moment because it just feels really futile. Like I went through all that angst and all that wanting, and it didn't even turn out right. And though I'm very very grateful that I'm on it, I can't explain it to anybody who hasn't gone through it. Basically, it's so upsetting. So I want chest surgery to be like something has happened, and I've got somewhere in these 4 years, and it hasn't all been for nothing. Because at the moment honestly, it does feel like I've gone through all this crap and the payout hasn't even been worth it. So I would advise, if you are not on testosterone yet or you've just started, don't put all your hopes on that your entire life is going to get better, because it might not. And it's silly to do that anyway, because you need other things to fall back on. And I'm lucky that I do have a few very close friends who've made me feel better and let me vent about it. And um, it does just get me down. But once I've had surgery, though I'm not going to be stupid and bank I'm going to feel immediately better after surgery, because I might not. But I'm just thinking I would rather have the worst chest surgery in the world and take a year to recover and it doesn't even look right, just to feel like though something has happened. I know that might be closed-minded of me, because there are guys who have had surgery who have had really bad results and they ended up feeling worse. But everybody's different, I guess. And I'm not going to be stupid and put all my hopes on it. But I just cannot imagine a situation where I would regret it personally, because I don't think I could. Obviously, I would hate my chest more if it was bigger, but in my opinion, but I don't think it could get worse. In That's just the way I look at it. So, in words of Fight Club, at the moment, I just feel like I've hit bottom. So the only way is up, really, and hopefully chest surgery will be up. And then, oh, sorry. So if I hear anything about funding, you guys will hear about it as soon as I know, and we can party. uh, Sorry, that video was really depressing, but I'm a very depressing person. I'm not. I'm not. So yeah, generally, generally I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling now. So chest surgery, very important to me, and some facts would be that I'm hope I'll probably just get the double incision, which is the ones where they just sort of cut underneath. Nipple grafts, I'm hoping that I won't have to have drains, because I've heard that they're really painful to be taken out, and I actually feel a bit faint just thinking about it. How I will do with the surgery altogether, I have no idea. I have no idea about my pain tolerance. I mean, I've had a tattoo on my neck, so it can't be too bad. I think that is the stupidest thing I've ever said. Um, I do think I will be okay with it. I mean, luckily I live with my mum, so she'll be able to help me out, and my aunt, who has recently come round to everything and says I'm not pretending, which, duh. But she's been really good recently, and she's a nurse, so she said she'll help me. And here's hoping, I guess. Yeah. So that was a really long ramble, and I'm really sorry. But yes.